Broadcasting live from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show. Today we're headed back for the 100 millionth time to Broken Bow, but this time it's a luxury treehouse, and later in the show we're going to take a trip down memory lane and maybe stop and get some Gasquatch. I'm Brett.
And I am Harley.
So Harley, your son...
Senor.
Huh?
Senor.
Your son went to Japan.
He did. He had fun. It was nice, though, when he came back. It was terrifying for me, by the way, as a father.
Oh, I bet.
I'm gonna say, having one of your kids that's barely old enough to do anything on his own, fly halfway across the world. With his buddy.
Yeah.
For 3 weeks.
Two guys that aren't either one of our ages combined.
Right. Was terrifying. But he comes back after the trip.
What's the time difference, real quick?
14 hours. They're 14 hours ahead of us.
That's a long time to know if something's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even think about 14-hour difference. Like, there's too many things that can go wrong.
Oh, yeah.
When you're asleep and he's not.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Go ahead. Yeah, it's wild.
So he comes back, and one of the things that he said that I really liked was he said going to Japan made him more patriotic. There were things that he did not appreciate about the United States that he didn't realize until he left the United States.
You don't know what you got till it's gone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was excited to be home, which is cool.
And he's probably going to sleep for the next 24 hours.
Yeah, he tried. He was going to be a trooper. He was up literally at 4 o'clock. He stayed up all night long because he couldn't fall asleep, but I'm going to stay up all day and then go to bed at a normal time, and then I'll be through the jet lag. No. And that lasted like 2 or 3 hours after he told me that. I went into his room, and he was asleep, sitting up. He just lost it.
So how long? Is that a 15-hour flight? There's a lot of connecting flights in there.
So he went from Dallas to Toronto to Japan.
Okay.
And grand total travel time was 32 hours. Like, just to get there, 32 hours.
I was going to say, 32 hours one way.
Yeah.
No. But if you're young, can you imagine doing that now?
No.
If you're young, that's an adventure. For you and I, that's a death sentence.
Or at least just misery.
I can feel myself getting, what do they call that? When the bubbles fill in your lungs, hypoxia? I can already feel myself getting hypoxia thinking about flying 32 hours.
There was a Mel Brooks movie called High Anxiety. Do you remember that?
Maybe, yeah.
Late
70s, mid 70s? Yeah.
The guy was afraid of heights.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of heights. I mean, I guess I probably am. I'm a little afraid of heights.
Yeah.
But just being trapped in
a tin can
for 15 straight hours.
But here's the other side of it too. Like, I start getting anxious about the other things, the minor inconvenience. Well, they're not minor. There's nothing minor. There's no such thing as a minor inconvenience when you're out of country. Like, luggage coming up missing.
Oh yeah,
money. I mean, my biggest fear is waking up in Eastern Europe and not knowing the language or not having any. No one, you walk into town and everybody shuts the shutters.
Yeah.
That's my biggest fear. I can't even, your son and his friend, I'm just going to say, they got balls. Like, that takes a lot. I mean, I even think about, I can't think about driving to Dallas by myself without getting like a little bit of like, what if the car breaks down? Do we have roadside?
Yeah.
My minor inconvenience, do I have a phone? Can I buy a phone charger? Because over there, I don't know, when you go to Europe, they've got funky plugs.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I see tourist videos where people are like trying to read instructions on how to use their toilets.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. It's a lot. I would have to crash course on how to travel abroad anywhere past the Red River.
Being in the travel and tourism industry like we are, I occasionally come across the videos where people are talking about, the 37 things that you absolutely want to make sure you don't do if you go to this country.
Right.
Like, that's a long list.
37 things is a long list for somebody that I just want to go see the Great Wall of China, but I got to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like there's so much more to it. They didn't tell you about when you were dreaming of going to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or going to, I always wanted to go to Australia. Then I find out they've got the world's record for most venomous snakes per capita. I mean, it's a death trap.
I think they have 13 of the top 10 deadliest animals on the planet.
Seriously. You have to put your shoes upside down so venomous spiders there's too much to know.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to travel internationally. I think it would be cool once in my life. I have traveled internationally once, but it was on the confines of a cruise ship. But there was a quick story, where we got off to go to an excursion,
mm-hmm.
and it got canceled for whatever reason. So we were going to take buses or vans to town.
Right.
Well, they were short on vans. So they literally had what would be the equivalent of a pirate Uber. Like, we got in a sedan with a guy that was supposed to guarantee we were going to where the van... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the movie where you're in the back seat and you see the people you're supposed to be with go this way, and all of a sudden you're going this way, and you're like, we missed our turn. No,
Yeah.
and they're like, no, we didn't. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes. And we end up being sold into freaking, I don't know, Bohemian sex slavery. I don't know. So at least there was a little bit more of a controlled environment that way. But if I go all hurdy-gurdy and you drop me off in Europe, I'm like, just take me to the American embassy. Take me to the American embassy.
Okay, Jason Bourne.
Right. Oh my goodness. But you survived. You made it back. You made it through customs, also known as Buc-ee's. You know, you had to stop through that.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed, I'm going to say. I was expecting more. I got a sausage, egg, and cheese bowl, and I was like, hey, a keto-ready meal. I don't have to take the bread off and throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
It was garbage.
To me, it's something, the way you described it to me is like those Jimmy Dean.
It was
cups
worse
that you
than
heat
that.
up. Really?
Yeah, it was like food that you would get at a commissary in Russia in the 1970s.
Yeah.
Mixed together in a plastic bowl.
No bread.
Yeah.
The Russians invented keto in the 1970s and 80s. They had no bread. Well, I'm sorry, man. You made it back in one piece. Connor's going to sleep for the rest of the week.
I think he might.
Does he have any inklings to go back, or is it what's next on the list, you said? Oh, he's going in the Air Force.
Yeah, he's getting ready to leave for the Air Force.
Well, there you go. You got to be proud.
I am.
We haven't done a cabin show in a while. There for a while, we were the cabin boys of... that sounds like a podcast that should happen only after the lights are dimly lit. We were the cabin boys of Broken Bow for a while.
We've done a few Broken Bow cabin
We have.
shows.
We haven't done one like this.
We have not done one like this. Dude, I'm gonna say the sheer volume, the diversity of cabins in the Broken Bow area is kind of mind-boggling.
10 years ago or more, it's been probably about 12 years since I've stayed in a cabin in Broken Bow. And if you're listening out there, we'd love to come stay. But it's been a while. And then it was just your basic cabin, hot tub, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Kitchenette type of situation. They have upped the game substantially.
So if you are a regular visitor to Oklahoma State Parks,
Yeah.
and you stay in the cabins,
Uh-huh.
there's nothing wrong with the cabins in an Oklahoma State Park.
No, not at all. Best views in town anywhere.
But I'm gonna be as honest as I can be.
Without being hurtful?
No, I'm just gonna be as honest as I can be. No, there's no hurt here. I'm gonna be as honest as I can be in saying that your cabin stay at a state park is not even in this. It has nothing to do with these cabins.
No. If you're listening to this, you're going, we thought about going to Broken Bow, and you didn't, you probably don't want to listen to the rest of this. Or you probably don't want to go back and listen to anything that you've missed out on. Because, I'm sorry, slide away, hideaway, and then this one, and then it's just...
So this is a This cabin is called the Bohemian Rhapsody. It's part of the Lux Cabins Broken Bow organization. They have a lot of cabins, but this one in particular it's almost undefinable. It's so different.
Yeah, you definitely can't be a poor boy and stay here. Get it? I'm just a poor boy. Nobody loves me.
I don't get the reference.
I'm just a poor boy. Nobody loves me.
Yeah, no.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay, got
Come on,
yeah.
dude.
Sorry, I'm slow.
Yeah, you're also old enough to get the reference. Go. Tell us more about this.
So, it's kind of a treehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. It's not really. It's on a hill. The back end's on stilts.
That's a tree.
But it's in the trees. Like,
The canopy of the trees.
Exactly. So, they call it a treehouse. It's not technically a treehouse, so you don't have to worry about the swaying building or anything like that.
What's it called?
It's called Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay.
Sleeps up to 4. I also take issue with that.
There are 4 members in Queen. Makes sense.
It does, but I take issue with the sleeps 4.
Okay, why?
It's 1 king bedroom,
Oh.
and then the living room. And
Yeah, I'm not sharing it.
I'm not even saying that. I'm sure that there's sleeping arrangements for 4 people.
Yeah.
I'm not wasting this on a family trip.
Oh, no. Sorry. I don't want to have to worry about my kids going,
This place is too romantic.
It's too posh.
It's too romantic. It's too nice for kids.
Kids don't... Listen, romance got us to the kids, all right? Or it didn't. Maybe it wasn't romance. Maybe it was just a Jim Blossom's concert and some Bud Light Limes that got it all started. I know it's oddly specific, but I'm just pulling imaginary strings here. But yeah, I'm not taking kids. The king size bed is for a Bohemian Rhapsody.
And again, like I said, it's too romantic for that. If you're taking 2 couples, the couple that's not sleeping in the super nice king size bed right next to the gorgeous bathroom
is getting a shaft.
Is going to be pissed about it.
Yeah,
So you don't want them there anyway.
right.
And then on top of that, it's a romantic getaway. You don't want anybody else there.
No, there's nothing romantic about 4 people sharing a cabin together.
But this place is kind of a mashup between luxury and tranquility. It's right in the middle of thousands of huge pine trees.
That's, again, every time we talk about Broken Bow, I'm going to keep saying, they have a freaking paper mill down there. Like, you go into that part of the country, it literally feels like Washington State, Oregon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're headed into the Smoky Mountains. I mean, it just doesn't even feel... That's why I love Oklahoma so much. It's so diverse. Put me in the canopy of the freaking pine trees. It's nice and cool.
It is.
Shaded.
It's
romantic.
It really is. And it really serves multiple purposes, though. If you're looking for an adventure, this is a great base of operations. But if you're looking for a romantic getaway, also a great base of operations.
Trust me. If anybody needs a romantic getaway, it's a couple of like for example, a couple of middle-aged parents to young children, maybe, you know what I mean? Got a little bit of a late start with a family and are looking for a perfect getaway, just two people, of a reasonable age. I mean, I think it's a great idea.
I think as far as the design and the furnishings of the inside, it's the reason it's called the Bohemian Rhapsody. It's kind of got this bohemian chic feel to it.
Again, you don't share a bohemian chic feel with 4 people unless it's a nudist home, right?
Even then, I'm not interested in that.
I'm not either.
But the bohemian chic decor is gorgeous, super comfortable place. 20-foot tall vaulted bamboo ceilings with huge windows that go in every direction.
Have you seen the deck?
Yes.
With the I could take or leave a hot tub. I have a horror story about hot tubs. Can I tell you real quick? And
Sure.
it happened in Broken Bow.
Go ahead.
Actually, no, it happened in Beavers Bend.
Is this something I have to bleep out?
No.
Okay.
So me and Brand X went and stayed a weekend in Beavers Bend.
Mm-hmm.
Hot tub, da-da-da-da-da. Well, we had a little... And I don't know if this was part of a health condition we were both experiencing at the same time, but I also don't know how to adjust the temperature on it. I don't know. There's a lot of factors that were probably involved. Anyway, had some champagne, got in the hot tub, and both of our hearts start racing. Like, we literally thought they were going to find our boiled bodies in this hot tub, so we had to get out. It was winter.
Mm-hmm.
So we're out there with the steam coming off, waiting for our heartbeats to regulate. I've never been in a hot tub since. I may never go again. But if you give me a view, hell, you don't even have to get... I'm easy, guys. You don't have to give me a view. But give me something where I can sit and look out into the night sky or listen to the leaves crinkle in the canopy. This place is perfect.
Okay, as far as the insides go, everything is leather
Oh,
or
yeah.
hardwood.
Luxury.
It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a 60-inch television with retro video games, which
That's killer.
I think is a great idea. But
I'm seeing rose petals in the tub. I don't think the rose petals are included.
we will talk a little bit more about rose petals in a few.
Can't even. We're not supposed to.
But adjoining the bedroom, they have a ridiculous bath. It looks like a spa.
Yeah.
They've got freestanding soaking tub. They've got a rock bottom shower with the full array of sprays.
Yeah.
Rainfall shower head, and hit you from every angle. It literally looks like someplace that you would go and pay $380 for a massage.
Yeah.
It just looks that nice. But outside, the outdoor living space is really unparalleled. I love everything about it. I love the hot tub. They've got neat little single-person swings, like wicker swings.
Uh-huh.
Like standalone wicker swings, fire pit, plenty of seating, the views are gorgeous from every angle.
What I also like about this cabin, if you didn't know that the back part of the cabin was on stilts, you pull up to the front. And this is not an insult. It looks like a normal cabin from the front.
Yeah.
You get to the back and it's like, that's where the magic, like where it just pops.
Well, when you walk in, it's all
lighting,
windows.
All natural lighting.
And you see, like, as soon as you walk in the front door,
trees.
You just see trees through the house in every direction. And every bit of it is gorgeous. I mean, even the bathroom has a huge window where you literally standing in the shower looking out into the treetops.
Would you not want to... I mean, if you were going to a place like this, how many days would you stay? Would a weekend even be enough?
I don't think so.
Could you... I feel like you're settling.
I feel like you'll spend a day just going around the cabin going, oh my God, look how cool this is.
Right. Opening cabinets and going, wow, look at the room. Wow.
Look at the woodworking on this.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you need a whole nother day just to sit on the patio and look off into the trees
and do nothing.
Wake up in the morning with the birds and a cup of coffee and the breeze coming through the top of the trees.
Yeah. And then you go find the fresh egg sign and get yourself some farm fresh eggs, fresh milk, and then you have your breakfast stuff prepared for the next morning. I think I don't think a weekend's enough. I really don't.
I don't either.
I think you got to be there 3 days, 4 nights.
Well, unfortunately, unfortunately,
right.
Like the cabin has creek access. Like you've got like almost a half a mile of walking
hiking
around.
Oh yeah.
And with the gorgeous bubbling water sounds around you.
Right. This is another reason why you don't bring kids.
Yeah, I agree with that. But then again, you're 3 or 4 days in, like you're in the middle of Broken Bow. Like there is so much to do in Broken Bow.
Things to do.
Hiking, boating, waterfalls, fishing, like there's a billion things to do, and it's all nice, and everybody's having a good time because it's Broken Bow.
Yeah, it's that area is. We talk about serviceable a lot. There's something for literally everyone in that part of the state.
Yeah, if you like anything outside, any outdoor activity at all, it definitely happens there.
And restaurants galore.
Yep.
Buffalo Grill's down that way. There's a bunch of stuff down there.
There are a ton of restaurants. Back to the cabin, though.
Yeah.
You had mentioned the flower petals. They have romance packages available where they'll take care of everything. They'll have wine there, the rose petals, flowers, chocolates, whatever you want to do. That's awesome. They're dog friendly. Again, romantic getaway. I don't really want my dogs there.
No.
But they do have a non-refundable pet deposit. and the dog's maximum size 40 pounds. And they don't say anything about cats, and I think that's probably a good thing because nobody likes cats.
I love cats, but
Nobody cool likes cats.
it's true. Only weird people like cats.
Yes.
I think it does. You have to be a certain kind of person like cats. I think I may give a slight edge to cats because, and it's a very slight edge. I love dogs. I love cats. Cats don't require much. They let you know when they require much. But other than that, they disappear. Can't find them. Dogs, hey, dad. Cats are like, dude, you touched me yesterday. I don't need you to touch me today. I'll let you know when I want to be touched. But here's the thing about pets, taking pets. I know people, I will not name names, but they are close to my clique that take their dogs everywhere. No, I love my animals, but I also love them enough to tell somebody, hey, can you come feed my dogs? Can you come let them out to piss?
So my dog is a road dog. She likes going on trips. I like taking her places.
Well,
sometimes.
she deserves it. She's diabetic. She's blind and damn near deaf. Right?
I like taking her on... Sometimes.
It's a treat.
Yeah, but it's not all the time. So, I get it, but I don't think this is the place for it, honestly.
And I'm telling you, if you're like me, you're kind of a tightwad. What's that pet deposit? That's money I could spend elsewhere than paying a non-refundable pet deposit. I don't love anything.
You know, we need to get back down to the Broken Bow
we
area.
We do, man. We're past due.
They've opened up quite a few new... I think there's at least a couple of new casinos down there.
Yep.
There have been a lot of new additions to the food scene.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to make another road trip.
Well, if you're past due like we are, we're headed back down to Broken Bow. Tons of ways to get a hold of them, but you definitely want to check them out on...
Yeah, their website, rusticluxcabinsbrokenbow.com. It's a mouthful.
Say it again.
rusticluxcabinsbrokenbow.com.
Say it with pig Latin.
I will not do that. I'll include a link in the show notes.
Well, coming up next, if you want to get your fill of Sasquatch and a filler up while you're at it, stick around.
I'm Raven Rollins, and this is my Southern True Crime podcast where I discuss cases from my former hometown. Ada, Oklahoma paints itself as an average community, but its history of murder and corruption runs deeper than any story has ever told. You'll hear plenty of special guests, including authors and experts in their fields, who visit with me on each episode, as well as other cases in the southern states. With notorious and unknown cases alike, every victim sees the light on my show. This is Sirens, a true crime podcast.
So, Brett, we did a show.
We did.
On Gasquatch in Idabel, Oklahoma.
We absolutely did.
If you're in the Broken Bow area...
And you don't stop there,
you got to make
you're mental.
It's only a couple of minutes drive.
It is. Go walk through the beer cave. Check out the stuff.
We had a lot of fun.
We did.
I'm going to include all the links for our Broken Bow shows here.
Yeah.
But we did have a lot of fun at Gasquatch. We probably spent an hour and a half at a gas station.
Yeah.
Just looking around.
Because they have a lot of stuff that's branded to them. You can get T-shirts. There's all kinds of different tchotchkes, and obviously being a gas or Sasquatch-themed gas station, there are, you can get your fair share of tourist tchotchkes, your favorite drinks. They've even got food.
But they have a car museum in the back of the
car
restaurant.
Museum, dude. There's not a lot of gas stations that have that. There are some gas stations here in town that have cars that are broke down in the parking lot, but it's not a classic car show.
And it's also not in the air conditioning.
Oh, dude, it was hot.
It was, and they had, a lot of gas stations have the walk-in.
Yeah, the beer cave.
Beer cave.
Uh-huh.
I felt like Gasquatch was like that when you walked in the front door.
Oh, it was so nice and cool and clean.
Because we've been on the road all day long.
All day long.
We were having some AC issues.
Having some AC issues, which, again, having AC issues again this year. I'm about to fix that before we hit the road again. But, yeah, if you're anywhere near the Idabel area, southeastern Oklahoma, it's beautiful country out there.
It is. And like I said, if you want to know more about Gasquatch, I'm going to include a link in the show notes to our previous show on Gasquatch, as well as the other Broken Bow shows.
Absolutely. And the next, I want to address something.
Okay.
If I can. We have really been doing well on, damn near every social media platform. Like we're We're killing it. I can't say enough. If you're not following along on your a lot of people are following us on TikTok. We appreciate that. Facebook's growing. Rumble's growing. If it has a social media platform attached to it, we are doing great. We couldn't do it without you. Am I right? Or am I wrong?
It's important to share the show. If you like what we're doing, share it. It makes all the difference in the world and helps us get in front of more people.
Yes.
And helps us help small businesses in the state of Oklahoma.
Absolutely. And we appreciate all of your feedback, all of your suggestions. From the looks of things, we're going to have to eat ourselves to death through fried chicken, cheese. So far,
we've been getting a lot of feedback. You did a video. I don't know why you're following Yelp, but Yelp gave a list of the top 100 barbecue joints in the U.S., and Oklahoma didn't have one on that list.
The point I'm making by pointing out the Yelpers, what do you want to call it, a glitch in the matrix?
I'm going to call it lack of taste buds.
Is stop giving reviews to Yelp.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think we've talked about Yelp reviews. Remember when we used to read Yelp reviews?
We've been doing travel and tourism podcasts for a decade. And Yelp and Google
are the worst. The absolute worst.
Been the laughing stock of reviews for that entire time.
And by the way, when you think that you're helping your small business by
encouraging people to do Yelp reviews, or
you're not. It's because 9 times out of 10, that restaurant doesn't read those reviews. Do they?
Well, I don't know if they do or not, but I think as a business owner, you need to do Facebook reviews. You need to do your own personal reviews.
Because there's no reason in hell. Now, there are some arguments as to why Oklahoma doesn't belong on the barbecue thing, and that's fine. But there's really no reason in hell that Oklahoma, because there is a list, and we need to find it. There's a list of the best barbecue restaurants in Oklahoma. I don't know if I showed it to you. There are more barbecue restaurants in Oklahoma than I even could have thought. There were over 100.
Yeah, and I guarantee you there's a rock solid 25 that should be on everybody's bucket list.
And the people that were bitching that their restaurant wasn't on there, it's your fault.
I don't know if it's their fault.
I mean,
I'm not. No, it's honestly, I think Yelp is bad at what they do.
They're bad at it,
and they try really hard to monetize what they do, and it just turned out bad.
Yeah, it's not good. They're not doing it by any favors.
Google is literally just who paid us the most money.
Absolutely.
Which is why when you say best local restaurant in whatever town you're in, Arby's comes up every time.
Right.
Because Arby's has the meats, but they're sliding the $20 bills to Google under the table.
To tell everybody that they have the meats. Well, listen, you want to get involved. It's simple. You want to get involved in these conversations, you've got to let us know where to go. What are we missing? Where's your favorite place to eat? Where's your favorite place to pitch a tent or get romantic in the process of pitching a tent? It's easy. We say it every week. Email us.
OnlyinOKShow@gmail.com.
But we say it every week, and we still continue to get feedback and messages through other platforms, and that's great. Look, as long as you're in, keep it coming.
Yep.
Well, this has been the Only in OK Show. New shows, new content everywhere. I'm Brett.
And I'm Harley, and we're out of here.
Peace. But what about Buc-ee's, man? We got to have our Buc-ee nuggets.
Dude, I don't want Buc-ee's. They don't allow trucks into their parking lots.
Well, it's a tourist trap. It's not a truck stop.
Yeah, but you can have a parking lot with a truck spot way down at the end.
But if you're a trucker, do you want to go to the second largest convenience store in the world?
No.
Assholes and elbows.
No, but sometimes you want to stop, and there are very few places, especially when you put in a Buc-ee's that puts out puts every other gas station within a 100-mile radius out of business.
Yeah.
But it really, I mean, it doesn't do the job. Like they have a few perks, but they have literally declined in the last 5 years. While they've been expanding, their quality has been declining. Whereas you see places like OnQ, their standards seem to improve as they're expanding.
Yeah, I mean, they're serviceable. They're doing exactly what they need to be doing. In fact, I love OnQ so much. They're my favorite place to go get a treat and to use the restrooms because they're so clean.
That's why I love Jiffy Trip.
You know what else I love? Loves. I love them. Loves.
I loves.
Jiffy Trip. Is there a Jiffy Trip near us?
No.
How about a Quick Trip?
Well, I mean, they're Tulsa.
They are Tulsa. The first one was on Peoria Avenue.
How do you know that?
Looked it up.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's random.
I want to say 1958 was the very first Quick Trip, and it was based on Peoria Avenue, the original.
You know, you got to be a special kind of person. There's a Jiffy Trip in El Reno. There's one in Weatherford.
Jiffy Trip, I believe, is on Route 6, the corner of 66 and Country Club.
They have 4 locations in Arkansas, and then everything else is basically along 412, basically going from Sand Springs all the way over to Woodward.
No, it's in Calumet.
Which one?
Calumet. As a matter of fact, I've been to Jiffy.
No, they're literally all over the state.
There isn't one.
I'm literally looking at their map.
What's that? We went to Jiffy Trip, and they have really good...
Oh, it's Calumet. It's just like right on top of El Reno.
They have, I got fried burritos there.
There's one in Weatherford, and then there's one in Sand Springs, Manford.
They're all kind of headed north.
They're
west,
all...
right?
Kind of. They basically go from Tulsa to Woodward.
So what we're going to say is
412.
special kind of what? We're talking about Quick Trip.
I think it takes a special kind of person to take a gas station. Because think of all the gas stations. The number of chances that a gas station, a small mom and pop run gas station, will become
a chain,
a big successful chain.
Mm-hmm.
Like
there's, I believe, look it up, cross-reference me, but I believe there are 755 Quick Trips in the United States. Considering they started in Tulsa, that's pretty good.
No, I agree, but what I'm saying is like the number of gas stations that don't become a Quick Trip, a Jiffy Trip, an OnQ, a Loves, it's probably 10,000 to 1. So the dedication that you have to go from 1 to 30 has got to be huge.
I think Tulsa's more likely to get a Buc-ee's. There's just not even... I don't think there's enough real estate around. I just don't think, like, the interstate system is... Can you imagine the traffic?
Yeah, but look, Tulsa's not going to get one. Tulsa has just this, has the same level of everything that's at a convenient spot already has stuff. They've already been talking Oklahoma City. They're going to put it, at the intersection of I-240 and I-35, or I-240 and I-44, or I-40 and I-35, or
According to Fox 23 News, big names like Buc-ee's and IKEA might be a step closer to coming to Tulsa. Fox 23 learned how a new partnership will add to the new development. I just think Tulsa's, and maybe it's because I'm a fanboy of Tulsa, I think Tulsa's got a better shot.
It's not a matter of a shot, dude. Buc-ee's...
I'll tell you where they would put...
think they're going to put a Buc-ee's in Tulsa and Oklahoma City?
No, I know, but I'll tell you where I think they'll put one in Oklahoma City. It's going to be somewhere out there by Waterloo Road or out there just...
Nope.
You don't think so?
No, it's going to be on the other side of the Oconee or someplace where you got massive flow of people
traffic
coming anyway. Dude, the Buc-ee's on I-35 going towards DFW.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dude, that is the most crowded spot on the planet.
Yeah, and it's construction, and it's a pain in the ass. Yeah.
As far as construction goes, the state of Texas are a bunch of assholes.
You
cross that bridge, and you may as well be driving on a gravel road doing 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, they're the what is the word that I'm looking for? It's a misallocation of funds because, like you said, just south of the Red River, I mean, you got to get into past Gainesville before the road starts to not feel like you're driving on a gravel road.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Like, really?
It seems like they came in with bulldozers and scraped
Just
the
graded.
top
Yeah.
off the road.
It's awful. Yeah.
As soon you're on the bridge and it's like,
Soon
and then you hit the other side of that bridge and it's like,
welcome to Texas.
yeah, and hey, I'm fine with it because I don't like Texas.
They were going to name it Taxes.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2 names. Oh, yeah. 3, 2, 1. And welcome to the show today. We found a luxury treehouse in Hold on, man. You made a noise.
I'm sorry.
Gosh.
Sorry, I'm making it difficult for you to do your job.
Yeah, you
Weird.
are. Weird. You know what I mean? I got to do TikTok by myself. Do I have to do this show too?
That'd be nice.
3, 2, 1. And welcome to the show today. We found a...
Dude, I didn't move.
You moved your hand. And welcome to the show today. We found a luxury tree house in Broken Bow, Oklahoma. No, you know what? I'm going to do something different. 3, 2, 1.